Ever wondered what makes Elon Musk unstoppable? From dreaming of Mars to revolutionizing the auto industry, Musk has redefined success. But here's the real question. What lessons can we learn from his journey to apply to our own lives? Today, we're unpacking the secrets behind his mindset, failures, and work ethic that turned impossible dreams into reality.
And trust me, you'll want to stick around until the end, because the final lesson might just change how you approach success forever. Hi, everyone. My name is Olivia.
And I'm James. Welcome to today's podcast, Lessons from Elon Musk for Success. Let's dive in.
Welcome back, everybody. Today we're doing a deep dive into something a little different.
Yeah.
And we're going to be looking at
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, exactly. And trying to...
Lessons from Elon Musk for success.
Yeah, lessons from Elon Musk for success. This piece is really interesting. I think it's got a lot of good stuff in it.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating stuff.
So instead of just skimming the surface...
We're going deep.
We're going deep. We're going to uncover what makes his approach tick. The innovation, the risk-taking.
The sheer resilience.
The resilience, the whole thing.
All of it.
And we're going to...
How can we apply
Yeah,
it?
exactly. How can we apply it? This is about more than just facts. This is about actionable strategies you can actually use. Buckle up.
It is a blueprint, not a lottery ticket.
I like that.
You hit the nail on the head there.
So the piece starts off strong with this idea of dream big, think bigger.
Yeah.
And we all know...
He sets some pretty audacious goals.
Oh, yeah, he does.
He does.
But what's often overlooked is how he chooses those goals in the first place.
Exactly. It's not about picking something outlandish just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Musk often talks about tackling problems that are fundamental to humanity's future.
Like what?
Like take SpaceX, for example.
Okay.
The goal wasn't just, let's build rockets.
It was to make life multiplanetary.
Yeah, a solution tied to long-term survival.
So it's about impact, not just ego.
Precisely. And that's where the think bigger part comes in. Musk doesn't just look at the immediate problem, he connects it to the bigger picture.
Oh.
He once said,
Oh, I love this quote.
yeah, if something is important enough, even if the odds are against you, you should still do it.
Oh, that's good.
It's about tackling challenges that seem impossible because the potential payoff is so significant. And that's how he views these things. He views them as challenges that are worth doing regardless of how challenging they actually are.
I love that perspective, but how does someone even begin to approach something that massive?
That's where this idea of breaking down goals comes into play.
Okay.
Musk is known for thinking in first principles. What does that mean? Boiling things down to their fundamental truth and building up from there.
Okay.
Take SpaceX again. He didn't start with a fully formed spaceship. He learned the basics of rocket science himself.
Wow.
Then built a team that could tackle increasingly complex challenges step by step. So it's all about breaking down these huge, audacious goals into smaller, more manageable pieces.
So it's like building a pyramid, not launching a rocket all at once.
Perfect analogy. And here's where it gets really interesting for all of us listening.
Okay.
This approach isn't just for billionaires and rocket scientists. It's a framework we can apply to any ambitious goal.
Okay, I like this.
What's a challenge you've been putting off because it seems too big? Think about the core elements. What's the absolute minimum viable step you could take today to start moving in that direction?
That's a really powerful question.
Okay.
On to the next lesson, and this one that I think often gets romanticized.
Yeah.
Embrace failure as a teacher. This piece mentions those early SpaceX rocket failures.
Oh, yeah.
3 in a row, I'd be curled up in a ball.
Honestly, same.
Somewhere hiding.
Yeah, it's easy to look back and say, oh, he knew it would work out eventually. But at the time, SpaceX was on the brink of bankruptcy.
Seriously.
Yeah, this wasn't just about losing money.
It was about his dream.
It was about the potential collapse of a lifelong dream.
So how did he handle that level of pressure? The piece mentions writing down what went wrong, but that seems...
A bit simplistic.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, and you're right. It's about more than just documentation. It's about deep analysis. Musk is famously data-driven.
Okay.
When those rockets failed, he didn't just get frustrated.
He tried to figure it out.
He went into overdrive trying to understand every single point of failure. He said, failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you are not innovating enough. He built a culture where every setback was an opportunity for learning, not a reason to give up.
So it's about turning those failures into data points, not letting them define your identity.
Exactly. And here's the hack, if you will, that we can all take away.
I love these hacks.
When you face a setback, don't just brush it off.
Right.
Or blame external factors. Get granular.
What does that mean?
Ask yourself, What specific actions led to this outcome? What assumptions did I make that turned out to be wrong? What can I adjust to increase my chances of success next time?
So it's almost like a scientific experiment, but with your own goals.
That's a great way to think about it.
So the more data you gather from your failures, the better your future experiments will be.
Precisely.
Okay, I'm already feeling more motivated.
Good.
All right, lesson number 3, work ethic that defies limits. Now, this is where things get a little controversial.
A little bit, yeah.
We all hear about Musk's 80, 100-hour work weeks, sleeping in factories, that kind of thing. Is that really sustainable or even necessary?
Right. It certainly sparked a lot of debate.
Right.
And while I don't think anyone's advocating for constant sleep deprivation,
Yeah.
there's something to be said about the level of dedication Musk brings. Remember, he's not just clocking in and out, he's genuinely passionate about what he's building.
So it's that whole find a job you love and you'll never work a day in your life thing.
Not quite that simple, but there's a kernel of truth there. The key takeaway here isn't about the number of hours.
It's about the focus.
It's about the intensity of focus. When Musk was facing those Model 3 production bottlenecks,
Oh, yeah.
he didn't just delegate and hope for the best.
You got his hands dirty.
He was on the factory floor, sleeping under desks, working alongside his team to solve problems.
Wow. So it's less about brute force and more about strategic, passionate effort.
I think that's a good way to put it. And here's the challenge for all of us. What are you willing to put yourself on the line for? Where could a burst of focused effort make a real difference in your own goals?
That's a great point. It's not about burning ourselves out. It's about finding those moments where we can really push ourselves to achieve something significant. Okay, moving on to lesson number 4, and this one's fascinating. Learn, adapt, innovate. The piece mentions that Musk didn't even have an aerospace engineering degree when he started SpaceX. He just devoured books, talked to experts, learned as he went.
Yeah, this highlights a crucial point about success in any field. The ability to learn and adapt rapidly.
Oh, for sure.
Musk isn't afraid to admit what he doesn't know, and he's constantly seeking new information.
What a great quality.
He's known for saying, I think it's very important to have a feedback loop where you're constantly thinking about what you've done and how you could be doing it better.
So it's about embracing that beginner's mindset, even when you're at the top of your game.
Absolutely, and that's where the innovate part comes in. You can't truly innovate if you're clinging to outdated knowledge. Look at how Musk approaches things. He goes from electric cars to space travel to AI. He's not limited by any one area of expertise because he's constantly learning and applying those lessons to new challenges.
That's incredibly inspiring. It makes you realize that we're all capable of so much more if we just embrace that thirst for knowledge. What are you currently learning? What new skills are you developing? These are the questions we should be asking ourselves constantly.
And don't be afraid to dive into something completely unfamiliar. Who knows? It might just lead you to your next breakthrough.
This has been such a thought-provoking conversation already, and we're not even done. We still have to delve into the idea of impact over money, which is a huge part of Musk's philosophy.
That's where we start to see how all these lessons intertwine to create something truly impactful. Stay tuned, because this is where things get really interesting. You know, it's fascinating how often we hear about people chasing wealth as the primary marker of success.
Oh, yeah.
But with Musk, it's almost like money is a byproduct of solving these big, meaningful problems.
It's like he's playing a different game.
Totally.
The piece really highlights this idea of impact over money. And honestly, it's refreshing.
It is. It really is.
Like, how do we get some of that?
Well, it all starts with a shift in perspective.
Okay.
Think about Tesla.
Okay.
Sure, electric cars are cool, and they've certainly made him a fortune.
Yeah.
But the driving force behind Tesla was to accelerate the transition to sustainable energy.
Right.
He saw a problem, our reliance on fossil fuels, and set out to create a solution.
To benefit everybody.
Yeah, that could benefit everyone, not just his bank account.
And that seems to be a recurring theme.
Yeah.
SpaceX isn't just about space tourism for the wealthy. It's about ensuring humanity's long-term survival.
Exactly.
And his work with AI isn't just about creating cool gadgets. It's about harnessing its potential for good while mitigating the risks.
Right. And this is where the lesson becomes truly actionable for all of us. It's about asking ourselves, what problems do I see in the world that I'm passionate about solving? What value can I create that goes beyond personal gain?
It's almost like a mental exercise in reframing our ambitions.
Yeah.
Instead of asking, how can I make $1 million? We ask, what positive impact can I have on the world that would make $1 million seem like a side effect?
Ooh, I love that.
I thought you might.
It's a subtle shift, but it can change everything.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And here's the thing. When you focus on creating genuine value, on solving real problems, the financial rewards often follow naturally.
So it's like that saying, do what you love and the money will follow. But with a Musk-sized twist of global impact.
Exactly. And this isn't just about becoming the next Elon Musk. It's about applying this mindset to our own lives, our own goals. It's about finding that sweet spot where passion, purpose, and profit align.
This deep dive has been such a whirlwind of insights.
I know, right?
We've covered so much ground, from dreaming big and embracing failure to the importance of continuous learning and prioritizing impact over money.
Yeah.
It's almost overwhelming.
It is a lot to take in, but what's amazing is how interconnected these lessons are.
Yeah.
You can't have audacious goals without a willingness to embrace failure.
Right.
You can't push the boundaries of innovation without a commitment to continuous learning.
Yeah, okay.
And ultimately, true success, the kind that leaves a lasting impact, comes from striving to make the world a better place.
That's a beautiful way to put it. That's a brilliant synthesis of everything we've discussed.
Thank you.
So before we wrap up,
Okay.
I want to leave our listeners with one final thought-provoking question.
Okay.
We've talked a lot about Elon Musk setting these ambitious goals for humanity, but I want you to consider this. If resource limitations were not a factor,
Okay.
what audacious personal ambition would you pursue?
Ooh, that's good.
What dream would you chase if you knew you had the time, the resources, the support to make it a reality? Take a moment to really think about that. Because remember, as we've learned from Elon Musk's journey, success isn't determined by where you start.
It's determined by where you're willing to go.
That's it for our deep dive into the success strategies of Elon Musk.
Hope you enjoyed it.
We hope you found it insightful, inspiring, and most importantly, actionable.
And who knows, maybe one of you listening will be the next innovator to change the world.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep aiming for the stars. Yeah, it's about tapping into that potential for big picture thinking, that ability to envision a future where limitations don't hold us back.
I like it.
It's an exciting thought.
It is. And it goes back to Musk's own philosophy. He once said,
Oh, what's the quote?
"I'd rather try to do something great and fail than do nothing at all."
Oh, I like that.
So it's that willingness to push the boundaries.
Yeah, to take those risks.
To risk failure in pursuit of something truly meaningful.
Right. It's a powerful reminder that we're all capable of achieving extraordinary things if we dare to dream big and work hard and never stop learning.
And don't forget, the journey is just as important as the destination. Embrace the challenges, learn from those setbacks, and never lose sight of the impact you want to make.
Well said. Well, this has been our deep dive into the success strategies of Elon Musk.
It has been.
I hope you all found it insightful, inspiring, and most importantly, actionable.
I hope so too.
Who knows, maybe one of you listening will be the next innovator to change the world.
I hope so.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep aiming for the stars.
I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content.